Hi all, welcome to my channel, welcome to my world. This is the world of Wade. It's a brand new week, happy Monday. Today I'm going to be doing the next 3 stages of the Hachette Partworks release and build the Lancaster bomber. Now there's been some difficulties in the newsagents getting hold of some of these. I haven't had anything in the newsagents for 3 weeks, and then obviously this week 3 have turned up all at once. So we're going to be doing the engine cowl, and then we're going to be continuing the next engine. And they did promise us that the next engine is going to be a little bit simpler, but I'm looking at some of these pictures here, and I'll show you them in a second. I don't know if that's going to be the case. We'll have to check that out. But you can also check out if it is still available in the video description there, and there's also a QR code on the screen. Now in the last stages, if you remember, we were doing this engine cowl here where we had this little pivoting section which was just sitting in there at the moment. Well, we're going to be continuing that today, so without further ado, let's get cracking. So this is stage 30, and as you see we've got another part of the cowl here. We've got some pieces to go onto that here. So it's looking just like this. We're just adding those pieces on. So this is going to be a nice quick stage. And this is the rest of the magazine. And I just want to show you that after we've done that, in the next stages, we are doing the engine again, as you can see just there. So I'll get all of these parts out. So the next parts we put in, I'm not actually going to be gluing them in because the lugs on these should hold them in. But this is the flame dampener here. So I'm just going to line that up with the holes that we've got on this edge here and push that into place. So that's in just like that. As a matter of fact, it was a little bit loose, so I did put it in with some super glue there. Excellent. Now these two parts that we've received, we don't actually use in this stage, so I'm just going to keep them to one side, including the screws. So in stage 31, as you can see, we've now got the parts for the next engine that we're going to be building. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking the cowling and the undercarriage that we created. We are going to be putting some parts in here to have this as one complete unit. So it's going to be looking just like this. Looking pretty cool. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on there. They want us to actually do this and the engine block in one stage. So that's going to be fun. Looks like there's going to be quite a bit of things to do here. Okay, let's do this. Okay, the first thing I need is the radiator control jack. And if I just bring this over here, this is what we created last time, looking pretty cool. This is just going to be going through the hole, the larger of the holes that we've got just here. Now it goes this way round. I'm going to zoom up my top camera here, and I'll get that in so it goes all the way through. It's a little bit tight, so I am going to put a bit of oil on the end here to help me get that in. Oh, that helps big time. Okay, let's get that all the way through. And there you go. As you can see, that's all the way through there. Okay, it's now time to put on this engine cowling. So I want to make sure that these wires here are just out the way, like this. And then I'm going to be putting the first section on this side. And if you have a look just how it fits around the side there, that's one side in just like that. Now I'm going to be doing the same with the other side. And it's going to piece these two parts together at the back here. And it will line up these back pegs here, which I'm just going to push together. Again, not the easiest thing to put together, so I am again putting some oil on those pegs just so that they can slip in nice and easy. These are the ones at the back here. So as you can see, that should be nice and flush there, like that. Now, in the front, this has come out again. Let me just put this back in. There you go, I'll just put that back in. So as you can see, this still now operates. We're going to be putting some screws in. So we are now going to be putting an EP screw just into this hole. That will hold this front end together. There we go, nice and tight. And then we can, easier to hold this now, you see. We've got this section that we had from the last stage, which is just going to go into this front section here. It is going to need glue, so I'm just going to do a trial dry fit first, just so I can see how that fits in, just like that. Perfect. So I'm now going to glue that in. It's surprising that when we had the engine and we had to put those little things that are actually fitted to this section, we'll talk about that in a second. Look, they're all hidden. Okay, but now that's glued into place. Excellent. Then we've got the carburetor intake here. That's just going to go over the holes to hide that screw hole. The lugs are shaped, so you've got a larger lug and a smaller lug here. So make sure you put it in the right way and just push that in, just like that. And now I don't know if I missed a stage, but you see these sections here that are wobbling around inside. They actually go into these ball joint casings that are on each side. So I'm going to put them in now. I'm putting them in now, but I can't remember when it asked us to do that. They are really easy to get in, as you can see there. But that is now complete. Looking good. Okay, put that to one side. And we're now going to be working on the engine. And as I said, they have made some things easier. We don't have to put these sections here in now. They've been done for us, as you can see there. That's good. Okay. What I am going to do is take these two sections here, and these are going to be pushing together just like this. Now, it does say use a little glue. Now, when you are doing this, they do mean what they say. A little glue. Tiniest amount of glue you can possibly get away with. So I'm just dotting this there. Perfect. These are still going to be delicate, so don't push down on those. And then these go in here. And just hold that into place. Then on top, we've got this section here. This is the cylinder head cover. That's just going to go into these points here. Again, the tiniest amount of glue in here we need. So that's in there. Just put that to one side while I just create a bit more of the engine block down the bottom. A little bit of glue again. Just in these lugs at the bottom. And this is just going to be going on the top. And push that together. Like that. And then I've just got a dynamo to put in. Which is going to be going on this side just into the hole there. So I've already put a tiny bit of glue on this. And there we go. That's pushed into place just like that. And with this much of the engine created so far, and obviously the massive undercarriage we completed, that's all there is to do in that stage. I am just plugging in my undercarriage just to ensure that my propeller is still going to be going around, as you can see there. As a matter of fact, let's put the propeller on that. So what I'll do is I'm going to check the propeller as well, just while it's on there. That's going to go on like that. Plug this into A. There you go. Pretty cool. Looking good. Okay, let's move on to the next stage. So in stage 32, again, we've got more parts of the engine block here, which we're going to be putting together like this. So at the end, it's going to look just like that there. Here's the rest of the magazine. And in the next stage, as you see, lots of piping to do. I thought I'd just go back to this page. Check this out. This is only down the road from me. This is East Kirkby, where I'm always going to see the Just Jane. And that's just looking like that at the moment. Pretty cool. So once again, this panel with all of these little manifolds on have all been done for us, as you can see. And just like last time, I'm going to be piecing these two parts together on here, which means just putting a touch of glue into them. So let's do that now. Excellent. I'm wondering why they didn't do this for the first engine for us. That's a bit strange. And then once again, a little bit of glue just on the top here, just to put the cylinder head top in. That's perfect. Put that to one side, and I'm going to be creating this middle section now, which is the inlet ducts. So I want the square end of this ducts pointing away from this end here. So these are going to be going into the tops here. Let me get these in. This is a case of now brushing these along the edge of my brush here and putting these in. And I'll just do the same on the other side. And when that's in, it should look like that. So the piece that we've just been working on, we're actually going to be putting this into place. The bit that I'm holding here, which has got the extra shaft, is going to go in this way. So this is going to go in like this. Again, I'm just going to be putting some glue just on these points here. And they're going to be going in the holes on this side. So then that looks just like that. And then what we've done on one side, we're going to be doing on the other side with the section we created here. You can see why I say less is more with this glue now. I'm putting glue around this edge. And I'll get this side in. I'm holding that with my tweezers now, just while that settles in like that. But that's how that should look when they're both together. All we've got to do then is we're going to be piecing this onto this part of the cylinder block. So I want that one round this way here. And I'm just going to do a dry fit again just to see how this lines up. And I think the best way to do this is to do one side at a time. So I'm going to put some glue just on the lugs at the bottom on one side. Make sure this is round the right way. Now you've got thicker and thinner holes at the top here. And I'm just getting that side in there. And I'll hold that tight. And then this is how that engine should look. It is easier because I've done a lot of things for us, namely these obviously manifolds and these two little things which are a pain to put on in the last stage. As you can see, they've already been put on for us there. Excellent. But with that done, that's all there is to do in that stage, and that's all there is to do in those 3 stages. And there you go, that was fiddly. It was very fiddly. And obviously we started the second engine yet. We've got 2 more to make, so that's going to be fun, isn't it? But once again, I really do hope you liked that video. If you did, please remember to give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed already, please remember to subscribe. Other than that, take care.